So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, what I wanted to talk about in this video is who's Canelo gonna fight next. There's a lot of talk and a lot of people are mentioning the name of Terence Crawford. There's a lot of speculation on who Canelo Alvarez is gonna fight next. Now Terence Crawford has come out and said that he'd be willing to fight Canelo. His trainer has been open about him wanting to fight Canelo. And Canelo Alvarez, there's a lot of fans that want to see him fight David Benavidez. Now, David Benavidez is the fight, in my opinion. I personally think that's the fight that Canelo should be looking to have. I think that's the fight that Canelo should be looking to entertain, because that's the fight that the fans want to see. Fans want to see him fight David Benavidez, a guy that's very big, a guy that's supposed to be. People say he's very good, and a fight that a lot of people think, that David Benavidez has the beating of Canelo Alvarez. So I think that is a perfect fight for Canelo. I think that's the fight he should entertain. I think that's the fight he should take. I personally think that would be an unbelievable fight. Now the Crawford fight, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a good fighter. Crawford is a very, very talented fighter. I think there's no doubt about that. But I mean, at this point, I don't really think that anybody wants to see Canelo beat up on a smaller guy. Now, some people may think Crawford is a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez, but size in boxing plays a big part, and I just think Crawford isn't big enough to beat Canelo. He isn't big enough, and I think Canelo would knock him out, just because the size plays a big part. Canelo's a very good fighter. He's not going to be able to wobble or hurt Canelo like he did with Errol Spence. It just ain't happening. So unfortunately, I just don't think he can win that fight, personally. I don't think he can win that fight. So I personally think that Canelo Alvarez should fight David Benavidez. I think that's the fight that the fans have wanted to see for a while now. And I think that's going to be a very tough fight for him. I think Benavidez is a young, hungry guy who wants to fight everybody, and I don't think he's afraid. I think now he's got two credible wins. He's beat Demetrius Andrade and he's beat Caleb Plant. So David Benavidez is looking to fight anybody and everybody. He's built up his resume. He's building up his resume, and I think he wants to fight all these guys. And I think if he was to beat Canelo, imagine then his resume is really thickening up. And then who knows? I think he'll go up to light heavyweight, and who knows? He might take on Beterbiev and Bivol as well. So I think Benavidez is a guy that he believes in himself. He's not somebody that is there for a paycheck or is there just to turn up. No, David Benavidez is coming to win. David Benavidez is coming to fight and beat you. That's the kind of character David Benavidez comes across as. So David Benavidez is going to be a tough fight for Canelo. That's not going to be a no easy fight. I think that's going to be a really, really tough ask for Canelo at this stage in his career as well. But I favor Canelo to win the fight. I do think it's a tough fight, and I do think it's a fight that could go wrong for Canelo. But I think it's a fight that I pick him to win. I think Canelo Alvarez will beat David Benavidez, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't win. I wouldn't be surprised if David Benavidez beats him, because like I said to you, I think David Benavidez is somebody that I think I have definitely growing respect for him as a boxer, because I think David Benavidez is somebody that is getting better and he's getting more confident and he's going in there and doing a demolition job. Like he beat Caleb Plant and then he destroyed Andrade, and the way he destroyed him was emphatic. I mean, he went in there and just took him apart. He's just too big, too strong. So yeah, this is going to be interesting for me. I think this is going to be quite interesting to see how David Benavidez moves forward in his career. And even if he was to fight Canelo and beat Canelo, how he moves on from that, because I think he's a very ambitious guy. He's not somebody that's just turning up for a paycheck. He's somebody that's very big, very strong. And yeah, I think he's gonna be some guy to beat. I do. I think he's gonna take some beating, David Benavidez. I think he's a really, really top fighter. I do. I think he's a top fighter, and I think he's got a great. I think he's a great fighter. I do. I think he's great. I think he's great for boxing. So yeah, I think he's gonna take some. I think he's gonna take some beating. He is. I do. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out, to be honest with you. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. I'm very, very intrigued to see how Benavidez gets on in his next, up and coming bouts. Because, like I said, I think David Benavidez is he's a proper fighter, proper fighter, and he has heart. Has a heart of a lion as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I do. I think it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. But yeah, I right now think Canelo and Benavidez is a very close fight. I don't think it's as wide as I once thought, because David Benavidez is starting to impress me, and the way he talks, the way he comes across, the desire to fight, the wanting to fight the best. I think David Benavidez is going to be a real big fighter in the future. He's the next. He's a big fighter, and somebody that could be at the top of the sport, pound for pound wise. Because like I said, I think he has hunger. He has the hunger and desire, and he's a very big, strong, and he throws a lot of punches. I mean, he's a good fighter. So yeah, let's see how David Benavidez's career folds out. Now, in my opinion, Canelo should fight him next. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.